Hello crafty friends, this is the day I finished my KAWANDI yesterday and I'm here to show it to you and tell you a little bit about it. So KAWANDI, what I've learned from watching lots of YouTube videos, especially the one from Marion's World 24, I will link her down in the description box. And I also got inspired by Kate from The Last Homely House. She wants to make Kantha next time. So then I started watching some YouTube videos and Marion's video catched my interest and I started right away. This quilt is totally made by hand. You can do it with a machine. I also will link a video in the description box. But I love the fact that it's all sewn by hand. So I did have this muslin fabric. It actually was a shawl like this one, just a little bit smaller, and it was a square already. So I did use that for the outer fabric. The inside, so there is something inside here. This is a very light woolen shawl that I didn't wear anymore. It was a little bit bigger than the muslin, but I didn't care. I just used the whole thing and just folded in the sides where I needed to. And on top, I did use scraps, whatever I did have. I'm having here 2 boxes with lots of bigger and smaller scraps. So I did use those. And the first thing you are doing is you're putting the outer or the backing and the front pieces together. So I did start anywhere, and you always fold the edges in. So there's no raw edges in this quilt. You fold the backing in and you fold your scrap in. And then you just layer them on top. And you're starting with the outer edge first. Sorry for my English, I'm trying to find all the vocabulary I need. And you are doing these little corners. So these are called followers. Some say flowers. They do have raw edges, and you put them in the first row, not at the end when you finished. You put them in at the first row, all the 4 followers. And I don't know exactly what the meaning of those is. They are needless for being a blanket, right, or a quilt. They look kind of cute, and if you touch them, it feels nice. I like it. I like touching fabric anyway. So I like the feel of it, but I'm not sure if there's a religious meaning of that. I didn't care. In the beginning I thought, well, I just leave them out. I don't make them. But then I thought, well, it's my first KAWANDI, so I try to make it as traditional or original as it can be from watching YouTube videos, right? Because everybody's doing it different. So the next thing is The stitch on top is a little bit smaller than the stitch on the back, or it's supposed to be. I didn't find the move through the whole quilt. Most of the time I did make the top ones bigger and the back ones smaller, but who cares? And even the spaces between are different. They say it should be 1 finger or about 1 finger, so I try to lay my thumb here and always stitch there. But there were parts where I couldn't follow that rule because I had to catch an edge of the fabric. So I would suggest just get started and don't do a very small piece, right? Do something like this. Like this is a lap blanket. It's I don't know, I think it's 80 by 80 centimeters. Yeah, and just get going. Watch a video from Marion. Get going and try your best. And the farther you get one row after the other, so it always goes in squares, 1 square, 2, until you're getting in the middle. So, and then you see, wow, it's becoming a blanket. It's becoming really a blanket. I'm getting there. So I also did make a label. It's quite a huge label. You don't need to make such a huge label. It's also my first label ever. And I did put backing on it, and it's quite thick. So I guess next time I would make it a little bit thinner, but it doesn't matter. And I really like it. It's really, I like it. And it's been my first time stitching letters. I will also put the link from Sarah Homefrey Embroidery. She has a video about stitching letters. Yeah, and now I have a light woolen lap blanket, perfectly to watch TV or sit outside on the balcony when it's still a little bit fresh. Or even, I can even put it over my shoulders if I fold it and make it a triangle. And it's not perfectly squared, and there are parts where it's a little bit scrumped, but I love the look of it. And it was lots of fun to sew it, right? It's I could do a lot in front of the TV, but when you get in the middle, it's a little bit harder because you have to go like this to get there to stitch. So that was a little bit tricky. So it's easier if you have a desk where you can then go like this and you can lay the whole thing flat. But it's awesome. It's awesome. And I'm sure I will make another one. I did use pearl number 8 for the thread, and I like the shiny look of it. You could also use normal embroidery floss, the 6-strand embroidery floss, but I did have a lot of this, so I just used it, and I did use variegated colors also. Yeah, so if you have any questions, let me know down in the comments. I am happy to answer them. If you would like to have a video where I exactly show you how to do this, please let me know in the comments. And otherwise, go and watch Marion's video. She's got a lovely YouTube channel. She's an amazing stitcher and embroiderer. It's awesome. And I'm happy that I found her. So she's my teacher now. And yeah, what can I say? Enjoy your day, enjoy the weekend, and enjoy your first Kawandi. Bye for now.